wanna run away. I think I'll go back to that place I stay. Play on the server the TimeShot way.
Hello people, it's Poet and we're back on TimeShot. Now, I started working on the houses that are off to the side, and by started, I really literally mean just started. And I thought that, you know what, I was going to do most of this off camera, and I probably will. But you guys seem to like some of the videos where I cut back and forth between, you know, different completion stages. So here it is, the first completion stage of this house. Basically just put up these spruce walls, dark oak stairs, turned these to oak logs, had some ideas here about this, though that doesn't look quite like I wanted it to because of the height difference. What I might have to do is something more like this. And then, yeah, maybe like that, and then, no. I don't know. I don't know how to make this look correct here. Oh, how about this? How about this? How about this? Okay, and then like that. And then maybe just straight across like that will be the entrance to the house. It doesn't look too bad. Haven't worked on the giant facade of the house yet. But here's a roof style that I'm just trying out. Just came to me now, and I don't know how I like it. I don't know about that that particular stair on the bottom like that. But I kind of like the randomness to the roof lining. So if I look at the other side here as well, you can see it's a little bit more random in that the roof goes up and then down and then up and then down, and kind of has this sort of a quirky wave to it that I kind of really like. I'm actually kind of partial to it right now. So I just randomly spammed down blocks and it seemed to work. I kind of did it in higher on this side, dip, and then higher, and then high up here, dip down, and then higher. Like I said, it's a quirky wave, and I kind of like the style of roof. It makes it sort of fun. I don't know. But the only thing that I'm not really sure about are the stairs here. And the other thing that I was kind of not sure about is whether or not I should add in the odd to increase the quirkiness, I suppose. I could go like that. Maybe like that. Where is he? What does he have in his hands? Piece of gravel. Did he get that from my road? I don't know where he got that from. So there's an idea, is just putting down the half slabs like that. And it really, like, unless you're really looking for it, I can see there and there. It actually kind of adds to it, but it really doesn't show off that much. Yeah, that looks alright. Kind of adds to the quirkiness of it. I like that. So this bottom layer then was all stairs. And I think what I'm going to do instead is just kind of continue with the these kinds of blocks. Just the planks. And sort of just continue with full-on planks. I guess what I could also do, since full-on planks is kind of not the most attractive thing in the world. See, now that almost makes it look a little bit too thick. I was almost happier with the stairs there. Yeah, it's a weird thing, but too much of a good thing is maybe a bad thing when it comes to those. I don't know. I got stairs enough to finish this, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to be working on the facade, and I'm also going to be maybe possibly, oh, that didn't work out, I'm going to be maybe possibly doing some new builds as well. I went harvesting wood today, and I got tons, I'm telling you, tons of oak logs and dark oak logs. Enough to really make a good building better. So we'll see how it goes. Oops. I also fashioned myself some new tools. So I've got a fancy new shovel and a fancy new axe that really helped in the gathering effort. So, gonna make a cut, and I don't know if I'm gonna be maybe starting this one by the time the cut comes back, or if I'm gonna do another house or build. I want this pathway down here. You can see I've dotted it down, but I want this one to be a little bit more sculpted and shaped. So I'm gonna be working on that, which I need a lot of dirt to do, and I don't have any. So I'm going to be working on that. And then the other thing that I also sort of wanted to do, it sounds like pretty drastic, but I was going to actually take down these walls, the whole farm here basically, and just make it a much more miniature farm for the animals and stuff. We have a community farm that's not far from here, so I think that this is kind of redundant. I don't need it. They escape anyway, as you see. So, you know what? I'm going to do away with this farm. I'm going to just have a little stable for the horse or donkey, whatever it is. And that's it. So, see you in a bit. And we are back. Small update to this building. I haven't really worked on it very much. Just putting up some of the beginning walls and having trouble kind of getting a feel of how it should look. So I'm wondering if I shouldn't just make this wall shorter by like 1, 2, 3, like 4 blocks even. Like take this one, this one, this one, and this one away, and then just put the end wall here. Would make it a little bit easier to work with as far as like a roof line would go. This one is done. The facade is done anyway. Inside is not done, but I've put this big mast beam up there. Needs a little bit of light, I think. Now it should be okay. Yeah, so this house is pretty well done. In the back, I put a little bit of crumbling cobble. I'm not sure why. I just felt like it was necessary to put back here, and I put the back facade looks like so. I might even consider breaking a tall window or two, which might make it a little bit more open and lighted. This pathway down I have widened and brought forward. I don't have any half slabs yet, so it's not a smooth going up and down ascension or descension. I need to put some half slabs that'll probably widen it just a little bit more, pushing this further out. Going down, I've put the beginnings of this house in, which is a massive house again, kind of like that one up there. The doorway would be right here, which I am planning. So far, just in the early planning stages, obviously. Here we go. And this house right here, which I started building on this level, and it sunk down by 1, and I decided instead of fixing it so that the roof would be shorter down, I put it so that, you know what, you need a little bit of a ramp to get into the house, which makes it a little bit fun, and again, a quirky little build, which I like. I like that the townsfolk of this little village will have kind of made do with what they can to make it work. So in this case, a little bit of a pathway here, and I'm wondering if I shouldn't just like make it maybe a little bit more almost precarious to traverse. Gives it more of a, I don't know, a makeshift look to it. So that might be the way that I do it. Could of course put maybe some cobble down here just to show that, you know, nobody really goes here, walks there. Just like so. There we go. and that's looking pretty good. I extended this path then all the way to the Docklands area right here, and of course when building a pathway you don't want it to always look like a straight path. It is a straight path, but at the same time it juts off to the side here, it juts off a little bit over here, it connects over here. So although it's a straight path, it's not entirely 100% set in stone. Like this one is kind of all over the place, and I really like that kind of look. So yeah, I'm just continuing that sort of style over here. Gotta lay some torches down now that it's getting to be nighttime, and I'll have an update hopefully soon. Okay, another update. This time I actually went and did some mindless mining in between, so my inventory is way different, and I kind of lost track of where I was and what I was doing, but I'm back. Still no update on this house. On this one I've done a little roof. What do you call those? Just a little roof sticking out piece. Sticking out piece. That's the official thing for it. And when you go inside, there's now this little wall. I decided that this would be some kind of a possibly some kind of a shop or a bank or something. I'm going to replace these two with slabs when I get a chance, because I think that'll look much more desk-like. And then I built this little upstairs area with just a little bed on it for almost no reason, but, you know, start decorating these houses a little bit. When we go down, this little house, was this even here before? I just started building it, or started framing it out. If I hadn't, well then, surprise, surprise, we've got this whole thing finished. But last night I finished with the frame of this little square house done, and now it is much more complete. And again, I don't have really the resources to finish these. What I could do for this one, for example, I suppose, is just use cobble, and that'll suit it, because this is supposed to be like a fishing shack or a place where they sell fish or something. The floor might get a little bit messy, so I'm thinking cobble floor might be appropriate. And there we go. That house is basically finished. Very simple design, and I did the same roof pattern, which I kind of like still. Looks sort of odd with all the oak wood planks on this house, so I might change these colors to the dark oak like I did up here, just to kind of differentiate the roof and the building. And apart from that, not a whole lot done, except that I did a little work on these. I decided that there would be water for temporarily. I'm gonna put a torch down there, but there's gonna be water coming out of here and flowing down into this trough, and that'll act as sort of a little sewer system slash aquifer slash aqueduct slash, you know, ties in with the water underground and with the sewer system and whatever else maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the extent of the water system in this place will be, but I wanted to start doing little things like that as well, just to kind of give this whole place a little bit more of an ambience and a functional look to it. Like that's why every little open space I see, like right here and right here and right here and here, I see just empty spaces and opportunities. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I feel like I should fill every little space. Then I remembered, as I was coming over here the other day, that this house isn't even finished, so I got to work on that one too, maybe in my next update. So we'll see you then. So I've started working on this house that's in the inner keep here, and it's changed a little bit. To the untrained eye, you might not notice, but to the trained eye, you'll see that it's the same width, but I've cut out the corners and put the logs in the corners, much more like these houses, and those ones there and this one here. Because I found that making a roof line was way easier. I'd much rather do something more like this, where it's stair, stair, up, stair, up, stair. It just makes the roof line look that much better. So and it also enables me enough space that if I wanted to, I could have an upstairs, which I intend to have in all of these houses. So I've started redoing this one, and I also, what I did, kind of to fall in suit with this, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I've gone one shorter, but one longer than it was. This was only 10 length, and I've now made it 11 with this back piece here. So I thought that I'd start doing this roof on camera just to kind of show you guys the process. But we're basically going to be copying what we already have on those roofs there, more or less. And I decided to do it all this chocolatey dark oak color because I'm going to be building the border, as you can see, out of the stone brick steps. And I think that those two colors really, really complement each other. The chocolatey color with the gray stone brick color. So that's what I'm going to do here. When you're building a roof, it's often kind of good to have an idea of what you want it to look like in your head before you start building it, because otherwise you'll end up with a very lopsided roof. I generally do this style of roof, and I'm comfortable with it, so I know sort of how it'll end up looking in the end. Oops. That's just kind of the basics right there. Need this on the bar. My scaffold blocks. Good old dirt blocks. And the other thing is to always get rid of those blocks before you continue with the roof, like I just did. Because otherwise you'd finish your roof and then you'd have to pillar up inside and get rid of all the dirt that you've left behind. So you can see what I do is a couple stairs, stagger it up, and that seems to be sort of a kind of a nice technique. It builds the roof very, very quickly. I've screwed it up here though. This is not supposed to be stairs. I did it right on the other side, I think. But when you're building fast, building for speed, you can often mess it up. There we go. And then what you'd want to do is stair piece, stair piece, stair piece. And like I said, this builds the roof very quickly. The most difficult part of the roof is the inner piece right here, which I kind of want to show you guys. So let me just kind of skip ahead a bit. I'm just going to finish these pieces here, like so, and then this is up, up. And then for the top, you really have a few choices. You can do another solid block, just kind of like that, and then maybe go out from there. That's what a lot of people do. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this roof too. It'll look kind of flat, but we're not done yet. What I generally like to do is I'll go out a block, even a third block. But let's just do let's do a third one. So out by 3, and then that way I can go out by 2 like that, and then have if I had a half slab like that, I can just go kind of curl it up like that. Kind of like that. I guess it's not a half slab anymore, but there we go. And then maybe like I could dot the roof. So like that would be like that, and then like that, and just have kind of a staggering, zigzaggy. Not quite to that extent up there, and not quite as straight as this. It'll be more like a zipper look. And I like that. So there we go. So like I was saying, the most difficult part people seem to run into is this right here. Easiest way to take care of this is to just start doing the corners like logs, like that. I know that it looks it might look kind of odd at first, but let's see how it'll look when we start getting to it. We should actually, if I'm to be honest with you guys, let's cut these out, the ones that I just placed, and let's put them in a little bit closer and stagger them like that. That way it'll give us a little bit more depth. Yeah, that'll work. And then like that, like that. Oops, we're doing it again. We're not staggering it. So I actually needed to kind of build it out by 2 is the thing. There we go. Built out by 2. Dark oak. And just like that. That's essentially the pattern of it. And in fact, a lot of people, when they're building the framing, they will build the wood up like this and go up by 2, up by 2, up by 2 sometimes again. I got a stubby roof right here. See, I did it up by 2 here. You can't tell from inside. But it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This one goes 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then it's like a stubby roof at the top with this weird hook on the end. I might redo this hook and do up by 2 again. So let's do that. And this is actually really showing you guys sort of the creative process, because this is exactly what I go through every single time I build anything. Is a lot of reworking, remaking, redoing, again, again. And then now I can actually just go like this. Come on. And then out with a stair. And then if I go down, I could always put a stair right there to kind of shape it up. So I put that extra piece, and I ended up just covering it again. So it was a little bit weird there. But it's a part of the process. It's all part of the process. That looks much better, though. I'm happier with the line. And now, really, to make it work in my brain, I have to go up all the way here. Jump across. This one, which I just put down, we can actually make that any block we want. So let's make it part of the roof. Let's see. This is supposed to be a stair right here anyway. So that could just even be a piece of dirt. But if we're going to do... Let's do like we were going to do before and make it that zigzaggy shape. So that means that this line comes out. Where's my blocks? There's my blocks. This line comes out all the way there. And then we can actually finish it. Hurry. Play some blocks. I need 1, 2, let's do 2. And just go across with these now. Boom, 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 boom. Perfect. And then on the end, like we did before, out by 1, out by 2. Break that apart. Place a stair. Oops, that's wrong level. Wrong level. So there we go. There we have it. And once we have the basic roof outline done on the front like we had, we can just quickly run across, placing these blocks. Almost fell. Placing the blocks as we need. Do I want to do a staggered look again? I don't think so. Not for for these houses. These houses inside the inner keep, I kind of like the fact that they all look sort of similar. They're the rich people houses, the ones inside these inner walls here. And I think that they would all kind of have, you know how in the suburbs a lot of the houses all look the same. They're all very nice, but they all kind of look the same. I think that's kind of how they would have it too. So you can see the finished roof line like so. But I've done me something bad. And I'm going to fix it right now, and you're going to see that too, is that I started placing these stone brick, and then I completely forgot that I was going to outline it with the stone brick. So I can fix that right here, right now. Like that, 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 like that, like that, and like that. And then actually on top here, where we had done that work, where we were figuring out what the front would look like, that actually has to be changed, I think, to make it look good. We'll see. Let's do our scaffolding out again. There, 1, 2. That has to be stone brick as well, actually. There we go. And then I could actually make... Here's a thought. What do you guys think of this? I'm going to actually make this whole top part stone brick instead. What do you guys think about that? I kind of like the idea of that, because then it's sort of similar in design to that building in that the top part's also stone brick, and I really like how that looked. I need this again just so I can get more of those. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one will be stone brick as well. Break that, break that, break that, break that, break that. Now let's go. Oops. Here we go, here we go. We're doing it. Ta-da! Okay, let's break this block. Let's get rid of this block. Let's put up some torches, because we need them up here. I know that Fabe, when we were building that one, he refused to put torches up top. But me, I'm not that way, as you can see on my other buildings and on this building. I really enjoy having light on the tops. So there's the roof line. If you can see it through all the Mocking Cow family reunion table, there is the design for the roof. And I think, let's actually look at it from over here. Yeah, that's looking pretty good so far. It'll look better once the other side is done too, and once I've filled in the center part. But there's the basic design for a roof. It didn't take me very long, and that's with a lot of indecisive building and taking down. So I'm gonna maybe complete this video here. I haven't done any other work on the town in here, but obviously I will. Die. Obviously I will, and I'll do the same kind of roof patterns. When you have an L shape, you basically just curve the stairs around and continue with it there. Same pointed out sections, so it won't be hard to complete those either. Here's to hoping I don't run into any issues, and I'm a little bit excited about it. So we'll make a cut, and actually we'll see you guys next time on TimeShot. But I really enjoy building this stuff. I can't wait to finish more of it. Look at this guy. This guy who spawned in right there. I'm gonna have to put up more torches up there, I guess. But again, oh, and look there. Yep. Yikes! This is why I need a bow or a sword or something. But But anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time on TimeShot. Like this video, comment below, and do all those other awesome things people do. And we'll see you next time. Like I've been saying a million times. Bye-bye.